So this is the Rotary Altezza that everyone's been asking about on Instagram. So this was brought how long ago?
We had this about 13 years ago.
Yeah.
You would have been still at school, eh?
Yeah, I think so. So we got it back.
What was your thoughts when I brought this little scummy thing back home?
I mean, honestly, I probably would have been happier if it was like a Cadillac or a Buick or something like that, but I guess this will do.
Same, I guess, eh? Looks the same as the belly, same condition.
So, yeah, well. Probably.
So what's our little plan for you?
So you had this brilliant idea. I mean, it's in pretty average condition, so...
It's actually not in bad condition.
Wow.
They're coloured down plates, it looks way worse than it really is.
Yeah, it's pretty dirty.
It's actually super straight and stuff. Just because it's been sitting outside. So we had this car, we've had it for about 2 years now. And the person before had it for roughly around 8 years, and it's been sitting outside with no bonnet on a farm. Basically exactly how you see it. Obviously the wheels are just little temporary wheels we had here just to move it around, but yeah, so I think we owned about 13 or so years ago, and
so
yeah.
Now we're going to give a go, well, I'm going to give a try of drifting. So
what do you want to do the drifting for?
Well,
what's all that about?
You kind of came up with the idea of it. When I was a kid, we used to have like a buggy in our paddock, and we used to sort of hammer it around a bit. And so we thought, well, I've got the kind of the basic fundamentals of drifting it, but I mean, that buggy was an auto, so it kind of doesn't really count. So I've never done a skid before in my life.
Yeah, what other experiences have you had? Oh, you went for a ride with Ben?
Oh yeah.
Ben for a ride with Ben and the Death Wish?
Yeah.
Death Wish?
Yeah.
Betty RX-7, that was good fun, eh? He's popped, what, 5 sets of tyres?
Yeah, that was quite fun.
And you also went for a ride with Mike in the little drift taxi thing.
Yeah, so that was kind of fun.
Yes.
So we'll give it a try anyway. I guess we'll start with the skids.
He's sort of got one of those personalities, there's sort of nothing you can't do. You pick up things super quick, quicker than me anyway.
I'll give it a go. I'll give anything a go.
Yeah, that's
it. We'll see. If I like it, that'll be fun, but...
And if we don't like it, so the plan will be is we're going to set up for drifting for it, real simple. So it'll be like a hydraulic handbrake. Nothing too strenuous on the old arms for now, because I don't want to overcapitalise money on this thing. So we'll keep it basic, and if she likes it, then we'll swap the whole running gear into a Mazda and keep it with our roots, because we've had more Mazdas than anything really, eh?
Yeah.
It's a Rotary, so we'll keep it to our roots. And yeah, but if she doesn't find, she doesn't really get the grasp of it, or just don't really vibe it, then we'll keep the Altezza as it is, and we're going to use it as an event car, just to carry passengers around and pick people up and give them that Rotary experience. So it's not the nicest car to be in, being an Altezza, but hey, it's sort of good to share the experience with people who never experienced a Rotary or been on a racetrack.
Exactly.
Yeah, so what we've got in the car, it's got a relatively newish PPRE motor setup. So this car, why it was sitting for so long previous to us getting it, because it blew the gearbox, and he just had the motor and stuff all done in it. And yeah, been sitting outside. So we got a 30mm turbo full Bridgeport from Betty, and also got a Master Power turbo. Just after driving it around the section and stuff, I find that turbo is going to be a little bit too big for drifting. It's quite it doesn't have a lot of response down low. D2 adjustable coilover suspension. What else really? Yeah, it's basically it. It's currently deregistered, and I have no plans on putting it back on the road. It's still got its certification, so if we end up selling it rolling body, the new owner will be able to put it back on the road relatively easy. The plans for it, we're going to be, obviously, no surprise, we're painting it gloss black. We've got some custom 3-piece 19-inch wheels going on it, so they're the only set ever made. They were designed in Hamilton, and they were made by the Bling company overseas. So that'd be quite cool to have something unique. I wouldn't mind, because the wheels are so expensive, I wouldn't mind showing off, and well, not showing off as such, but showing off some good brakes behind them. So we might go for some really big brakes just to match the wheels really, and that's probably going to be the only thing we really do with it, eh?
Yeah,
black it right out, and that's it.
The rest will just remain standard on the inside, I think.
Yeah, the interior is actually quite nice inside. It's actually really tidy. The body's only done 100,000 Ks, I think it's at 106. So it's super tidy inside. Everything works. So when I first done the conversion back in the days, I made sure all the gauges work, so all the factory stuff, so your speedo works, your revs, your oil, everything works on the dash, and the interior is stock as a rock. So if it doesn't end up being a drift car, I'd love to keep it just factory and standard aside, just remove all the gauges. As I say, I like keeping things simple and less is more really. What else is this car? It's run with a Microtech old school LT10. I think it's got a 48mm turbo smart wastegate on it. Old school fuel setup in the boot with surge tanker done. And yeah, so that's basically the plan for it. So next thing is we've got to pull the motor out of it. And yeah, I think that's it, eh?
Guess I should give you a hand on that.
Yeah, we'll soon see, eh? But yeah, anyhow, that's the little Rotary Altezza. We'll go in depth on it later on once we get it all apart.